Superman Returns, ladies and gentlemen. A movie that divided everybody, including your grandmother, on whether it was any good or not. Well, I think it's good. It's definitely not the kind of movie that pleases everybody, but no movie should, honestly, if it's any good. If it wants to be considered progressive art, it needs to be thought provoking, interesting, engaging the intellect. And this movie does that in spades. Unfortunately, it makes a lot of very amateurish errors that are kind of just very stupid. Stupid to the point where you wonder whether any of the movie's actual good parts were done by the people who were supposedly in charge of this production altogether. Hopefully, hopefully those were just lapses in judgment. Now, at the time, about 2006, I was going to school. Yippee! School! And I was chasing some skirts as usual. All the ladies loved me, trust me. But I decided to leave school in order to pursue my true passion, which was Superman, which was starting production at that point in time. The biggest thing since, well, Spider-Man, because Spider-Man was fucking cool. Superman was starting to come along so that it could have some of the same success. Oh, no. Actually, it was Batman. Batman came out a year prior. But yeah, Superman is the thing that most people are going to truly welcome next to the success of Smallville. So, I'm just going to check my time here. I don't know how much I got left. So here we are watching Superman Returns. I got this on bootleg, but I did buy the DVD at Target when it was in the bargain bin. So it's not like I'm trying to steal anything. This is Brandon Ruth Ryers, whatever. And he is supposedly playing Superman and Clark Kent, but he's basically just a stand-in for Christopher Reeve, who's not capable of playing a character anymore, which is just so kind of awkward. I don't know what to think of that. I mean, it's not like we've had a huge need for that. The thing is that Dean Cain played Superman after Reeve, and he was widely accepted. And then Tom Welling plays the young Superman, and people accepted him as well. Why was there this utter need to go right back to the 70s with Superman in the big screen version? I'll never know. But yes, at the time there was a large debate, and I mean large, as in full-scale war over Superman, which did occur and had a casualty, but life goes on. So, yeah, and war starts over anything, people, anything. There is no limit. Oh, you scuffed my new sneakers. Let's go to full-scale war. That's what we're doing here. But this movie, I think, isn't that bad. People people hate it because Bryan Singer is a butt plunger. He likes men, so they thought, okay, let's tear his movie apart. But if you watch the movie, it's good. So I don't care about Bryan Singer's decision to, or whatever his infatuation is with penises. I think this movie, it gets Superman. It gets the point. It gets the passion for the love for the character. It's misguided and doesn't truly move Superman beyond the original movies at all. It's just kind of throwing him back into that time, or I don't know what this movie is. It's a sequel now. Back at the time, people didn't know what it was. You had to have been there. You had to have. But there's a lot of. This movie is 6 years old, so there's a lot of kids now who were very young when this movie came out, and they think of it as a sequel to the original movies. But at the time, people were saying, "Oh, it's a vague sequel. It's a reboot with the same music and character faces." I thought that doesn't make any damn sense. This is a sequel. You may not want it to be, but it's a sequel. It's a sequel to Superman 1 and parts of 2, I suppose. I'll roll with that. But the rules of the original movie don't actually kind of are brought over to this one. The kryptonite affects him differently, it would seem. And I don't know how he conceived a child with Lois or what point that happened. It's just so out of nowhere kind of thing. If you're a comic book reader, though, this happens all the time. They make one comic and then they make a parallel dimension comic that has the same basic origin, but it's a whole different, set of rules to the world, and the character's slightly different. This happens all the time, so I wasn't really put off by it. People who are generally in the public who don't worry about these little things, they were like, what the hell's going on? So that's why we have a new Superman. A Superman that's possibly going to reinvigorate the franchise like Batman did. Or, like I think it's going to be a big all-out action fest and just have no brain. So it'll please those people who were too bored by this movie. If there's a comparison to make, it's the Hulk. I love Ang Lee's Hulk. I might just review it too, but yeah, it's pretty boring. It's like the first Star Trek movie, so a lot of people don't really get it or understand or care to sit there and think about it, so they hated it. And now this movie comes along, same kind of situation. It's an experimental kind of artistic film thing, and people are like, "What the fuck is this shit? I want a movie with punching and kicking and flying and faggot Bryan Singer." So they hated it. I mean, but the soul of Superman is just all over the movie. That's what matters, man. That's what matters. I don't care about Superman having lasers fly out of his ass. I want to see a Superman movie that truly puts the character in this godly light, and has him has his love, his passion be on display for humanity. He's a beacon of hope for humanity, and that's what they did here. They got it all in there. What's wrong with that? We're a fucked up humanity. Why can't we have a Superman who's just standing around giving us all this example of what we could be, Jeez. What else do we got here we could talk about? Okay, the plane scene. This is what everybody liked about it. Yeah, you lose the wings on a plane, you're dead. That's for sure. Of course, the engine's the only thing keeping you in the air, so of course you lose that too. That's bad. Those wings are really strong. I doubt he would be able to pull it off. They're made of tough stuff. A Delta plane landed on the wing, man, and it landed, the wing didn't pop off. Then again, it's a Superman movie, so he's got super strength. Now, this is great. If the next movie is just 2 hours of this stuff, I don't know, man. I might just think that's way better. But this is what people wanted to see: Superman in the modern age. Well, we got Superman who's here in the modern age, but still reminiscing about old times, which is so frustrating about this movie. You love the good stuff that's very modern and new and interesting, done with the state-of-the-art effects, and then you get this consistent callbacks to the original Superman movie, the music, and it's I'm very I wish they didn't do it. I wish they kept the movie modern. I wish they made this a whole fresh take on Superman, because it would be very easy, I think, to top the effects level in the original film. Maybe not necessarily the passion they put into that movie, but definitely the effects. They could kick that movie's ass. And that wouldn't be so bad to have Superman do what he do. Well, now this is just, I don't know what to think, honestly. Don't It's hard to look at him and take him seriously as Superman, because he keeps on pretending to be Christopher Reeve, which is kind of disrespectful. I don't like it that they just replaced Christopher Reeve like that, and the poor actor who has to do all this stuff is just being used like a piece of meat to model Christopher Reeve suits. You know what I mean? He could have done his own thing. Why didn't he? It don't make no dang sense. So that's one of the flaws, that the stumbles this movie makes. It makes you question the whole movie. But at the same time, it's just a well-made movie. So you're not really too put off by the flaw of aping Christopher Reeve's performance. It's just something that annoys you as you watch. Oh, he's doing Christopher Reeve, but they're wonderful. Because they can't replace Reeve. If they CGI'd Reeve's head on him, maybe I could understand it. But he doesn't look like Reeve that much. All he's doing is acting like him a little bit. That doesn't really say, oh, because Reeve is the only one who can do that character that he did. I don't buy it from someone else, so it looks like a parody more than an actual performance, which is like lame, man. It'd be like watching a Star Wars movie, and you'd have this other guy as Luke Skywalker, and Han Solo and Leia, and you're thinking to yourself, what the hell? So here's Superboy, which is just, oh my god. To me, I wish he wasn't in this film, honestly. I liked him at first, but the thing is, he isn't needed. Lois accepting Superman back into her life, that sells the movie. That does it. It finishes the story. You don't need the boy. That doesn't work. And we've seen this plot before. I don't know exactly where. I can't really call right now. I got very little time left. But the idea of a superhero coming back from somewhere, and he has a son or whatever, and the kid learns about his origin. That's been done. Can't remember where. I have it on the tip of my tongue here, but it's not coming, so I'm not gonna waste time on it. So I ignore the boy. I like the storyline of Lois, who's just, when Superman comes back, she's like, I hate you. I hate you so much. And then Superman shows her he is a seriously, conflicted guy. He's alone in the world. He has all these powers, and he's very seriously burdened by them in a lot of ways. And then Lois realizes she's in love with him in the end of the movie, when he's trying to save the world. And look at this shit. This is all that needs to be said. I don't care about Superboy. I care about this scene where Lois saves Superman. That makes them, oh, get out of here, Superboy. This is all that needs to be said. And then, of course, Superman, look at this shit. I'm trying to get to it before my time runs out. Ah, not this. Ah, okay. Oh, well, this wasn't it. What? But yeah, you get the point. This movie's really well made. It made a lot of errors, and that's all there is to say. Good movie.